international traveler. Can you see her?
So I just made it. I landed and I've been through customs and security. Mommy! Mommy! I'm about to cry. So this is the lovely lady who met me when I landed and got off the plane and helped me through security and customs and getting my visa. So I want to say a special thank you. Thank you.
Oh, some good-looking boots. Hey! What's
We're
up?
here in Africa today.
We're in Nairobi, Kenya.
You got a nice little tan.
I know.
Bye. It's luscious.
Suitcase. How long you staying? How long are you staying?
I'm staying for a month and some change.
Is that right? Let me think about that.
I haven't seen this woman in 5 months.
Who is
And she
that?
just keeps on. Who is you?
Oh, hey, Peace, what's up?
And she keeps on staring at me with this big old smile on her face, and it's starting to creep me out.
Why? Why should it creep you out that I miss my daughter?
It's not that, it's the way you're smiling at
I'm
me.
thankful. I'm so thankful, Naomi. I'm so thankful.
I'm so thankful. You know I have 5 months of irritating you to catch up for?
In 3 weeks. Oh my gosh.
This will be fine. So, my mother has me out walking up a hill, up steps, knowing that
That's not on.
Yes,
Oh.
it is. Knowing that my poor little legs are killing me.
Oh, poor. Oh, baby.
She doesn't care. Don't even try to act like that.
That's so obnoxious. It really is.
Is it really?
It is.
On a scale of like 1 to 10, where are we going? You have me walking in the middle of the street. These people are about to hit me. Mom, where are we walking?
Straight.
Can't we walk this way out of the street? Oh, this is too much. Too much.
You can't be. You can't walk around with that stick.
Why?
It's gonna miraculously break.
Don't do that, because then you'll owe me $20.
You even have to laugh at that. I owe you $20.
I'm laughing at the fact that you're laughing. So we're going to some
Watch
little.
yourself.
So we're going to some little mall. These plants are really pretty. Look at the flowers. But yeah. Let's scared for a little bit. So they drive. Their cars are situated where the driver's seat is on the left side instead of the right side, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit because you'll like walk down the street, and right there is like the person sitting in the car driving. So I'm here with my mom and one of her co-workers.
At my favorite place, Art Cafe. You can't put it on the blog.
Hold on, wait.
Hold on. East side. I thought you said west side. You say west side. Okay. You say west side, I say east side. East side, be more in the house, not west Nairobi.
Oh my goodness. So I ordered some salmon and vegetables. What is this? This looks like shrimp fettuccine alfredo.
It's
which
not.
is my favorite dish.
It's not.
Okay, so we are officially up and I am about to start my day. Unfortunately, my mom has to going to work and, you know, punch those hard hours to get ahead for this upcoming week. And so I will be going, where am I going? I'm going to a giraffe sanctuary and an elephant orphanage
for a private tour.
For a private tour, and I am so excited. Hopefully I'll be able to interact with baby elephants and giraffes. You know, I feel like myself again because
you weren't looking that way.
I look dead and exhausted and
22 hours travel. That'll do it to you.
That's a lot. And even then, the day before, I woke up on Thursday at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
You were running.
And I was up ever since then. I didn't go to sleep until, like I said in my previous vlog, until I got into until the driver came to pick me up from our house at 5. He was there at like 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah, at 5:30. I fell asleep on the ride from my house to Dulles Airport, which is about like a 2-hour drive. So I got a 2-hour nap, and then of course I slept on and off on the plane. But I'm so excited. I have on
Why don't you take a picture of me though?
cute little outfit of the day. It's just some black leggings from Aerie, and then this workout. These are like yoga leggings, and these are workout jacket. I don't have on a top underneath because it's warm, but it's still kind of chilly, so it's like perfect environment. Plus I have this Nike little drawstring bag. I have my hunter rain boots because apparently in the elephant orphanage,
Look at me.
apparently in the elephant orphanage it's really rainy. Well, no, it rained yesterday, so it's really muddy and gross, and so I mean I just have on a simple pair of rainbow flip-flops. But yeah, I keep on looking at myself because I'm like, I go from dead and to glowy and lifelike just with a couple strokes of makeup brushes, you know. Ew. At the Giraffe Sanctuary. I'm here with one of my mom's co-workers. We're exploring. Oh my goodness. This is so cute. I guess this is like a little shop.
They actually are right there.
And straight back that way, you can see the giraffe.
They're so beautiful.
I know.
I have a feeling Naomi's gonna feed one.
I think I might. My mom and everyone has been telling me not to feed the giraffes because of their tongues and the saliva looks so gross and disgusting. But I don't know. I like animals and I don't know. I think it'll be cool. Look at the giraffes. Oh. They're so pretty. What? Oh. They're so pretty. Oh. They're so pretty.
Very well maintained, which is nice to see.
There's so many people.
I think my daughter horse riding, and there's they have 2 camels there that are just so gross.
There's so many people that are here surrounded by the giraffes. Look at them. Oh. They're so pretty. Oh wow. 1 year and 5 months. Oh, it's big, but it's so little in comparison.
The big one is 7 years.
7 years, the biggest one? Oh wow.
This one is the oldest one, I think they said.
Hello.
I think this one looks
This one is 2 years old.
That one's 2 years old?
The one at the end is 8 years old.
8 years old. Oh wow. How do you remember this? How do you know who is who?
I can tell they don't
You
look
can just
alike.
tell?
Yeah, they don't look alike.
Yeah.
She actually gave birth a few days ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have the babies? Where are the babies?
The baby's inside. She
Oh.
doesn't look around, yeah.
Is that the baby there? No.
No.
No?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But those ones are 5 months and 7 months.
5 months?
Why they don't come
Wow.
over here? They're
Yeah.
scared.
They still don't feed on the pellets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they smell the food. They like the food, the normal food.
Yeah.
Normal.
Sometimes people feed them.
Human
with-
food.
So there's this hotel called Giraffe Manor
Not everything.
where basically you can come and stay and then the giraffes will come up to you as you're eating and that's it. And if you can see, this is actually the hotel right over there. So these same giraffes will walk right up to like your hotel room. Look at the giraffe in the way. Will walk right up to like your window in your hotel room or come up to you as you're eating if you're outside or something, trying to like nibble on the food and just stare at you. But it's kind of cool. That's a pretty interesting experience. Oh, they're so beautiful. Look at the spots. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Another one.
This is so adorable. Oh, this is so adorable.
Another one. She's full.
Oh, this is so precious. He's like,
Enough.
more.
Last one. Last one. Give her. Look, she's coming.
And we've met this very lovely guy, Jeff, and he has been giving us really some helpful information and key facts about the giraffe and this sanctuary that we're at now.
He's like, this would be a perfect picture.
This is so nice. Oh my goodness, look at the giraffe.
I just realized I wasn't in it. I was so enthralled by the giraffe.
And she's trying to take a selfie with the giraffe. And Jeff.
How do you think that was?
Was born. Did he say yesterday?
I think either yesterday or the other day.
So that one's not even on here yet.
Oh wow, so they have the names of all the giraffes and when they were born, place of birth. Wow. And then they have like some artifacts.
I think you got a picture of the 5-month-old. It was out there.
Yeah, in the field. And then, this is really cute. That's like
More around.
art and stuff. And then coming around. Oh, hippos! Some more information about wildlife and giraffes and this place that we're at now. It's kind of cool. This is so pretty. Just the scenery. Wow.
Too close. Can't really see. They're not gonna like attack the car, are they?
No, they're not attacked. Even the lions don't attack the car. Just stop, you see a lion here, looks at you.
These are warthogs, right?
So they mostly they're what's the word? They just eat grass. Nice. I don't have my big head in it.
Oh no. I got a video. So we're in one of the national parks right now waiting for the rest of our tour group to come. Oh, look at the bird. Waiting for the rest of the tour group to come so you can see the project and what they do. Oh my gosh, these butterflies. I love little stuff. But yes, we're waiting for the rest of our tour group to come because we have a personal private tour of the elephant elephant spot, basically, where there's gonna be young giraffes, baby elephants, and we'll be able to interact with them and get an exclusive tour of the grounds in this national park area. So that's really cool. So I don't know if these people are in our tour or not, but I think they might be. They're all slowly coming. So now we are entering into the elephant orphanage. As you can see, different dates of the different animals in which they were born. I don't think there's any in there.
Sorry.
So it smells like a campfire. This is our private tour group.
Just watch your step.
So we're like in the little back behind the scenes area exclusively for the people who work in the park. This is kind of cool, being able to see this area of it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm glad I wore my rain boots. Oh wow, what are those? Gazelle? Antelope?
This one.
Kill the mud. Look, what are they? Over there.
No idea.
I think it's gazelle.
So I believe everybody's here. And if not, most of officially back in the 1977, after the death of David Sheldrick, who was the naturalist and the senior founder warden of the Giraffe Center National Park. He died in 1977, and this project was started in his memory under the management of the widow, Dr. David Sheldrick, who has been running the project together with her daughter, Angela Sheldrick, until demise of Daphne about a month ago, and now it's being run under the management of Angela Sheldrick. So we are taking care of orphan baby elephants and orphan baby rhinos, and later on reintroducing them back into the wild. And that is why all the babies you're going to see here today are orphans. They've been rescued from different parts of the country. They all have different reasons for being orphans. Some of them, the mothers have been killed by poachers due to trade in ivory. Some have been separated from their families by human beings, what we call human-wildlife conflict. Very few of them, the mothers have died from natural reasons, like old age, natural diseases, in starvation back into the wild. And all this has happened to the mothers, and the babies are still very young, at an age where they would not have survived without the mother's milk and also without protection against other dangers. And that is why we had to come in and help rescue them, hand-raise them here for approximately 3 years, and any time after the age of 3, start to reintroduce them back into the wild within Savo Conservation Area. A process that will take them a minimum of about 5 years before they fully make friends among the wild herds, who will later on invite them and adopt them in the families. And once they all get adopted, then we set them free and let them become wild ones again. So 28 elephants will come down here. They'll all be coming in smaller groups for easier feeding. We're all advised to stay on one side, on this side, when the elephants are coming in, so that we can allow the keepers to feed them. And this is because we don't allow anyone else to feed them, apart from the keepers. We don't want the elephants to get used to everybody as a friend who can give them food. And also during the feeding time, there is a lot of movement and pushing around. Some of the elephants are very greedy and want to get extra milk by bullying their friends. And that is why it is advisable that we are not in the middle between them and the milk. So we have to stay away when the feeding is taking place, but you can take photos. When they all finish the milk, most of them are very calm and composed and relaxed, so you're allowed to interact with them all, and move very close, get to touch and play with them. While touching them, make sure that you don't put your hands in the mouth, because of the elephants have got teeth. Make sure that you don't squat too low if they are too close to you. If you do that, some of them see you as a toy to play, they want to push around. And also make sure that you don't scream and shout. That makes them get overexcited. And if they get overexcited, they might want to do the same thing with you. Trumpet and run up and down. But they're very heavy if they decide to do that. So that is why we have to stay very calm and composed and relaxed, but enjoy, have some good fun. They all have different characters. Some are very social and friendly. They might want to stick to you and play with you. Some are very shy. They might want to stay away from you. And a few of them have a naughty character. They might want to come and push you around. We will take care of the naughty characters, but it is important that you know somebody might come pushing, and so you're prepared all the time. If they come pushing you, they're pushing you in form of play, but not to charge. But because they're very heavy, don't push them back. Just give them way and let them go wherever they want to go. They all have names, and we've named them after the place that we've rescued them, or reasons that have caused them to be left orphans. And that's how we can easily tell them apart. The youngest that we've got now is 1 year old. We've got 2 elephants of the same age at 1 year. An elephant called Makta, who is the youngest boy, and Kiasa, who is the youngest girl. The oldest elephant we've got is about 7 years old. The 7-year-old elephant came back in the nursery after we had taken her to Sava to start the process of reintroduction. But she was having a difficult time, sickling all the time, so we brought her back in the nursery for close observation and treatment. And that's why she's still with us at the age of 7 years. Our official oldest is 3.5 years old. We are preparing to take some to Savo tomorrow morning. So if some of you have already adopted an elephant by the name Begu, Ndoto, and Lasayen, will be going to Savo tomorrow early morning. So if you have adopted any of those 3, then you have the privilege to see your baby before they go. Any questions before they come in?
I have a question.
Yes.
So for the 5 years that you let them out, you're monitoring them, or they're coming back and forth, or what's happening?
When we take them to Savo, we have a base where they all spend the night, but every morning our team will lead them out in the park and set them free to interact with the wild elephants. Every morning they come back, every evening they go out, and after a long time they make friends among the wild hearts, and they stop to come back and they become wild. They all stay on this side. They know the milk is there, they all run towards that direction. So in case they come running, you give them away. This is the youngest girl, Kiasa.
they have a rhino here, and apparently this rhino is blind. And so therefore they're keeping it pretty much until it dies, which I think is pretty awesome that they're able to do that. I'm kind of hoping it'll turn around. There we go. Like that. I know. Oh.
Sorry, no,
Oh,
I
no.
was just telling my daughter to go up.
Oh, you could probably get down there.
Though he's still young to be set free, but he's behaving like a real wild giraffe. He likes to kick and headbutt everyone, including the caretakers. That is one of the reasons to why he's closed at the moment, because if we leave him out in the open, he'll go on kicking everyone around. So that's why we are planning to set him free back in the wild very, very soon. He's our first success giraffe. We've got 2 other giraffes, but the first one was killed by the lions just around this area when he was about a year old, and the second one did not survive for a week, just died within a few days after arrival. So this is our first success giraffe that we've got at the moment. All the stockades are the elephants' bedrooms. Each elephant has got 1 room. They all come in for bed at 5. They know the rooms. They go directly into their rooms. The ones that you saw in the front that are enclosed are for the small babies. And for the small babies, somebody spends the night in the rooms because some of them need to be fed on demand. They also need to be covered with the blankets to make sure they're kept warm for the night. And they also need the company of the keepers because they have lost their families. So that's why the little ones need that 24-hour care. Those that are 2 years and below. After 2 years, we bring them out in these big open stockades where every elephant has got 1 room, but a different elephant and no keepers in the night, but somebody coming to feed them every 3 hours.
This turned out to be a really, really nice tour. And oh my goodness, we got up close and personal with elephants. Oh my gosh, it was a really amazing experience. I didn't touch it because I was a little kind of freaked out just being a slight little germaphobe, but I definitely got really close and I was able to get some really awesome videos and some really, really, really amazing photos. Oh my goodness, there was one that seemed to be a little rowdy, but the little itty bitty baby ones, they seem to be really calm and really gentle and allow people to really like touch them and really feel all over them. Alright, so we also saw a rhino that I got a really quick little glimpse of, as well as elephant and a warthog. And wasn't there one other animal? I think they left.
You think they left?
Because I thought they parked next to the Jeep on the other
So
side.
it wasn't this one?
I
You think they left?
don't think so. I don't know. But we made it back to the car. On our way back to the hotel. Today, traveling with animals. Not traveling, but visiting and exploring with animals are over. And now we are, what is this, the village market? So now we are at the local village market about to grab some grub. I think we're going to the food court or something. I don't really know. But to get like a little smorgasbord of something. I'm sure. So the milkshakes are what?
You know, I couldn't take a picture with her because she was making me laugh because she has these poses and I'm like, I can't. Just a regular person trying to just take
Me too.
They're complaining about my selfies.
trying to take a selfie and she's doing all these.
You would be devastated. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
Do you
you.
have sweet potato fries?
No.
And what cheeses do you have?
The cheese?
What cheese?
We wound up getting like a smorgasbord. So I'm chomping on some pizza right now, some pepperoni pizza. And I got chicken tacos. And my mom got a hamburger. And then they got like a little smorgasbord of different types of tacos. And then we also have fries.